that is not good is the one that it introduces or injects guilt, fear, and obligation onto the son, and they feel like they are very afraid, they cannot speak up their mind, and this has very serious effects downstream. Like when you go into marriage and into other relationships, if you are you grow up in an environment where you're not listened to, and you don't have any avenue to express your concerns, your thoughts, your needs, your feelings, and so on, it sort of emasculates you, and you grow up introverted and unable to assert yourself. It makes a man very, very weak. So that's a big challenge. Also, the one that makes the sons grow with guilt. You find a situation where a son is not able to enjoy himself. Like when you start working, he feels that his obligation is to his parents only, and even not to himself. And that's why you find that someone gets married, and he brings his parents or his entire family, extended family, into his marriage, and the wives really suffer. They're feeling neglected, they're not listened to, and so on, because this guy is so full of guilt. You feel so obligated.
At least who you speak about, you may not necessarily see yourself.
Yeah, you may not necessarily see. For you, it's the noble thing to do. You feel it's the right thing to do. While in reality, it's sort of exploitative, and it deprives you of an opportunity to actually grow as an individual and to explore the opportunities that may be out there for you, because you feel that you need to give back, or you feel you're tied to your family. Any sort of affliction that affects your parents, like whether it is poverty and so on, you feel it is you to change their life. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but there's an extent to which it's sort of crippling and stops you from getting any kind of progress. I remember one of our listeners was actually reminding me that we had said earlier we wanted to talk about black tax. So even this black tax thing, you find there are guys who are so held back, they're not able to get the balance between catering to their family and also sorting themselves. So that kind of fatherhood is very harmful. And also there is also the kind of fatherhood you find where your father is so, he's filling you with shame, you know. You may not be perfect as an individual, and I think this is important for fathers who are out there to remember. When you are raising this son, remember, even you are not perfect. So it is important to be able to have self-awareness. Because you can be a father, but you're getting triggered. Okay? Maybe you grew up from a very poor family, and your child or your son is wasteful. And when he's wasteful, it really triggers you, and the reaction that it generates is disproportionate. So you need to be self-aware, and you need to also be aware that your words have the power of prophecy. And I'm not saying prophecy in a magical sense, but just prophecy in the sense that it can influence them. Like you can tell him you're a useless son, you're never going to amount to anything. It can actually influence them in terms of their self-esteem and their self-image, and influence to what extent they'll try to pursue goals and to apply themselves. So be careful about the things that you say to this child. Don't speak out of anger. It's good to measure what you say, because it can actually damage them.
Yeah. I hear what you